Hey, welcome to this week's Scraplift Crafternoon. We are scraplifting Jessica's scraps, and I'm going to be using some photos from our most recent Run Disney trip, along with papers from 49 and Market. We're going to get started with this layout by cutting out the center portion of this blue paper. Gutting my paper is one of my favorite ways to extend the use of a collection. So like for this collection, I only have one sheet of each paper. So I need to get the most life out of it, right? I've got to be able to use that blue in other ways than just being behind the full sheet. So I did cut out the center of it. I cut that really pretty wash down to 11 by 11. And then we're just going to line it up. This is one of my favorite things about this mat. We are in the RV, so that means that I have a different setup, and that's why you see a glare in the middle. Sorry about that, guys. It's just, it is what it is, right? So I used the gutted section to map my two photos. This race was so incredibly different than other races that we have done. And so I kind of wanted to get this one done and in the books because of how different it was. I wanted to get the story down before I forgot it. So using that inspiration layout, I would know that I want to have the three pieces running vertically up and down my paper. And I'm just going to kind of dry fit or audition some pieces across this layout so that I've got it where I want it. Once I know where everything goes, I come in and start cutting flags. This is the easiest way I know to make a banner and make that flag point at the bottom. Do you see the fold? Yeah, you can a little bit, but really only 49 and Market papers with their thickness do I seem to notice it as much. Other things I don't notice that, what am I trying to say? That little crease as much. So, it is what it is. I don't mind it. Truly, once it gets in the book and gets stuck down, that kind of goes away. And you do lose it underneath all of the parts and pieces to this layout. So I did kind of move that pink piece around. I had a little too far out to the edge. And now we're just coming in and getting the other pieces. Since I wasn't sure how wide I wanted the green piece from the pink piece, I only put adhesive on one side of the blue, and that allowed me to be able to come in and kind of audition where I wanted that green piece. Now's the fun part. And now is when we get to come in and embellish and add all the things. I knew that this little green tag that says the story, I really wanted to be the journaling, but I really wanted it to be hidden. So I tucked it behind the photos. I made sure that when I put my adhesive across the back, I did that X so that there was room for this to kind of make a little bit of a pocket. And that allows me to hide my journaling back there. But that little tag does say the story, and I thought that was perfect. So we're just adding in different pieces. One of the things I liked about this layout was this lower right-hand corner piece and how it worked with balancing everything that's up there in the upper left-hand corner. So I am kind of coming in and adding visual triangles. So making sure that I have yellow that makes a triangle, making sure that there's pink. And then we're going to go into making the title. My title is going to say Run Disney. And I thought it was so cute that there were these little tags. And I was like, what if I punch a bunch of Mickey heads and stamp the letters on them and then do my title that way? Well, it's a fantastic idea. And you'll see here in a minute that it fails epically. So for me, it was not the look that I wanted. What I noticed as I was working on this was that those adorable little Mickey heads kind of turn into a big black blob. And so that was not what I wanted. I am using Simon Says Stamps cubes. I really like these. It allows me to have more ink colors, and they fit in a Tim Holtz tin. So I was super excited to figure that out so that I had an easy storage method for them. I am, on the Disney part, I am stamping off. So I used cherry twice, but I stamped it off once to get it slightly lighter because I needed 6 colors across, and I really only wanted to use one color family of ink. So here's where I start to realize that these are bigger. And so when you start lining them up, do you see what I mean about a big black blob? They lose their Mickey headness. So I decided to scrap most of those and just go with the dots, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind it at all. It allowed for me to add kind of another Mickey head down in the bottom corner in that cluster. And then I'm going to outline each and every one of these letters with black pen to give them some depth. And I really do end up liking how this one turned out. I wish I could have figured out a way to make that work. I do have a smaller Mickey punch. It's the Confetti Mickey Punch by EK Success. And I might have been able to try to use the largest one of those. But then I had the issue of fonts and stamps, or stamped alphabets that I had with me. And did I have one small enough that was still legible? So sometimes you get a really cute idea and you think, ooh, this is going to be the direction I go. And it's an epic fail. And that's okay, because that's part of scrapbooking, is trying different things. And so we are putting this title in. I do like how it runs across and hooks into the cluster area in the lower corner. I am going to fill in this negative space here. It kind of ended up having a funky trapped feeling. Like, why? Like, why is this here? Why is this spaced this way? And so I do kind of come in and add a little cluster behind there. It gives me a place to have the name of the race and the date. I did have to go back after I filmed and figure out the date because I forgot it. So this is the layout. We're adding the little finishing touches. I love these little gems that 49 and Market puts out. They are super, super cute. So here is our finished layout. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm so excited that we got to lift Jessica this week. So my friends, until we are together in the next video, please go make some memories. Bye-bye.